everyone, it is Misha Wright, and thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Chasing Sanity. It is episode 13, and I am absolutely excited. Let's go ahead and get into it. Please like, comment, and follow. For episode 13, I told you that we were going to be talking about boundaries and how important it is to set boundaries in your life. I'm going to name this episode Boundaries Are Not Rejection, They're Protection. Boundaries are not rejection, they are protection. The reason why this topic is so heavy for me, because when I tell you these last couple months, boundaries have been made, and I love it. I encourage everybody to sit down and look at their lives and really look at their stress levels and look at their triggers and look at the people that they have the people that you have around you, and I think when you really sit down and take a look, the boundaries will start popping up. Yeah. Because some of us, I feel like we live in so much chaos, all the time, that we just get used to it. We get numb to it. And we don't even realize that this is not normal. Okay, my life is not normal. And we forget about ourselves, and we forget about our mental health and our emotional well-being. So it's important for you to take a look at your life and say, okay, this is not acceptable. And I think the reason why we struggle to do so is because we're afraid of the reaction, and we're afraid there's going to be some consequences if we set boundaries with people. Like if it's, whether it's colleagues, boss, family members, spouse, neighbor, I don't know, because people be everywhere, you know how it is. And I think we feel like we're afraid of that reaction because how people are. They're like, oh, you switching up? Oh, what's your problem? You got a problem with me? Oh, you're being mean, you're being different, you're being secretive. No, I'm protecting myself. I'm saving myself from the kookiness. Okay? When you call me, it's not healthy communication. Okay? You do stuff to me, and then when I tell you about it, you don't apologize. In fact, somehow I end up apologizing. It's been about 15 years. You're always at my house. I don't want you around my kids like that. I feel like those are the scenarios, You always popping up at my house to get food. And you don't ever bring nothing. You don't ever help clean. Nothing. We you know what I'm saying? That's the situation. Those are the scenarios. That's the situation. And when you really get to know yourself, you'll know your stress levels, and you'll know how much you can take and how much you can handle, and you will learn what's not acceptable. So that person who comes to your house every single day and you are tired and you don't want them around your kids, you will put your foot down. And yeah, they might feel a type of way, but let them. And you don't have to feel guilty. Because that's what will happen next. You'll start feeling guilty for protecting yourself. No, you ain't been answering my phone calls. You ain't been answering my texts. You text me all day. You call me all day. I don't want to communicate. I don't want to communicate that much. Boundary. Oh, you don't love me anymore? No, I do love you. I don't like you that much, but I do love you. And that's real. You really can love people. You can really love people and not like them that much. I'm telling you the God honest truth. Like, and you could be like really questioning like why, how did this person end up in my life? But setting boundaries, do it. And even if you have to, you do it slowly. Take your time, start figuring it out, but it has to be done. Because nobody should be living in such discomfort and just always on edge, and you're just cringing and you're just like, just always feeling like, oh my God. Protect yourself. And trust me, that person will be okay, because maybe that person then will realize, well, yeah, maybe I was calling a little too much. So we have got to really be aware of the things in our lives that need to be removed or need space. And again, it's okay. You don't have to feel guilty. You don't have to feel guilty for loving yourself. You don't have to feel guilty that you don't answer your phone every single time. You don't have to feel guilty. I will tell you this much, and I'm always candid about myself in my life. I've been setting boundaries left and right lately because it's important for someone who struggles with mental health. It's important. And what I have learned is that I have to find people who, even though they might not be dealing with the same things that I'm dealing with, they may not be struggling with the same things that I'm struggling with, they know how to meet me where I'm at without any judgment, without, and it's just pure and it's love, and they know how to communicate with me, and it's just beautiful. And I have a couple people like that in my life, and I don't have to explain anything to them. They naturally just understand. And so with that being said, I don't tell everybody everything on purpose. On purpose. I don't tell everybody everything on purpose. I'll tell maybe my core group, but I won't tell everybody in my life everything, because I'm wanting us, to feel that same type of energy. And when I know that I'm not going to get it, So I have learned to start spreading my wings and finding people who, are a little bit more open. And also, this is kind of funny. I'm single. I have a lot of married women around me. I don't tell them nothing about my single life. They don't know what I do. They don't know where I go. They don't know who I be talking to. I don't tell them nothing, because I don't feel like hearing no lecture. I don't feel like hearing no judgment. I don't feel like hearing no speech. I don't tell the married women in my life anything. because sometimes married women, they forget that they used to be single themselves. And so, and sometimes you're thinking you're calling someone and you're just trying to get a good kiki in, and the conversation just turns really serious and sour, and that's not even what I was calling for. I was trying to kiki with you, like have some girl talk, and now the conversation has turned very serious. I don't tell my single life business to my married women, my group. I don't. Now I will tell it to my other girlfriends, but I will not tell it to my married women, because I already know I'm not going to get the results that I want. So that is another boundary I have learned to put up. And they'll be like, I'm hiding something. I am hiding purposely, because I just don't want to hear whatever, because they'll swear, oh, I want a kiki, I want a kiki, and then you get to telling them something, and then all of a sudden they're like clutching their married pearls. I don't got time. So that is definitely a boundary that I've put up, if anybody wants to know. So I just encourage you today to really just take a look at your life and see and see what needs what needs to just be removed altogether, and what walls needs to be put up, what space needs to be put up, what you know who you need to tell no to, and just know that it's going to be okay. You're not going to you know you're not going to be alone, or there's no consequence for doing that. It's simply creating peace, not only in your home, but in your soul, and in your mind, your heart, just all over your body. It's just you're creating peace and happiness. And when those boundaries do start to happen and you see that it's working, you'll be like, oh, thank goodness I did that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you that I did this. But yeah, set those boundaries, people. I just cannot wait to keep going. I do have some surprises coming next week. My recovery's going great, but I have some surprises coming next week. Like I said, I'm just gonna keep going up, 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 up. Did I cuss this episode? Look at me. Usually I'll be cussing like a little sailor. I don't think I cussed this episode. Go me. Well, I will be seeing you guys soon. Please take care of yourselves. Don't forget to do what I said to do. I want to hear about this. But please take care of yourself and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll be seeing you guys soon. Oh.